अधुना अद्यतन कक्षां प्रति गच्छामः. Let us now learn about the Gunitaksharaणि. What are the Gunitaksharas? Vyanjanas plus Swaras. We know that Vyanjanas cannot be pronounced independently. K, G, Ch, T, and so on. It is very difficult. So we require the help of Swaras to make meaningful use of the Vyanjanas. So whenever a Vyanjana combines with a Swara, we call this letter as a Gunitakshara. These letters are Gunitaksharani. Aksharam, Aksharani is the plural. So these letters are the Gunitaksharas. Now let us learn how to read, how to write, and how this Gunitaksharas are formed. So as an example, let us take the first letter of the Vyanjanas, which is Kakara, K, and then we will use various Swaras, all the Swaras, and we will form the Gunitaksharas. I request all of you to note down Vyanjanam plus Swaraha is equal to Gunitaksharam, and then this Gunitakshara for Kavarga, for the Kakara, K plus A is equal to Ka. This is the Gunitakshara Ka. So I request you to note down these K plus A is equal to Ka, and similarly from the next slides. Now I request a few students to repeat after me. Lakshmi Sharma. I will give a few examples for each of these Gunitaksharas so that we will also learn the words in Sanskritam and also will know how to pronounce this correctly. Now I will repeat. Please repeat it once after me. Lakshmi Sharma, please unmute. Karaha.
Karaha.
Very good. Kamalam.
Kamalam.
Khagaha.
Khagaha.
Chatakaha.
Chatakaha.
Bhavanam.
Bhavanam.
Makaraha.
Makaraha.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha. So these are some of the words where the akara, a matra, is used for various vyanjanas. Though the first two examples are for ka, k plus a, ka, karaha, kamalam. Similarly, khagaha will be k plus a, kha, g plus aha, gaha, khagaha, ch plus a, cha, t plus a, ta, k plus a, ka, and so on. So this is how, by using Gunitaksharas, we can form words, and we can use these words, and the words in turn come together to form sentences. From Swaras, then Vyanjanas. Vyanjanas plus Swaras form the Gunitaksharas. Combination of Gunitaksharas plus Swaras. Also, you can say combination of Gunitaksharas along with Swaras, and then the Ayogavaha, in this case, Karaha, in each of these word endings, if you see. And also in some of these, like Gunitaksharam itself, if we take, Makara is ending, so which is a Vyanjana. So combination of all these letters will form the words. Now we will go to the next Gunitakshara. Please note down K plus A is equal to Ka and how to write it. So it is same as what we have learned in Vyanjanam. Now K plus A is of two matra kala. We know it. A is a dirgha swara, and when we join, it becomes ka. Again, this is a dirgha swara. This again requires two matra kala. Ka. Okay, we will see a few examples. Okay, Monica Bhagini, can you please repeat after me? Ka kaha.
Ka kaha.
Tamam. Karanam.
Karanam.
Mala.
Mala.
Dhara.
Dhara.
Narayanaha.
Narayanaha.
Ramayanam.
Ramayanam.
Uttamam, dhanyavadaha. So in all these cases, we can see the Dirgha Swara, which is there. Ka, ma, la, dha, na, ra. So similarly for na, it becomes n plus a will be na, r plus a, ra, and so on. Hope this part is clear. We'll go to the next Gunitakshara. Please make note of this. K plus a is ka in your notebooks. The next is Ikara, a, e, and similarly K plus e will become ki. I request Anirudh Iyer to repeat after me. Kiranaha,
Kiranaha,
Kitihi,
Kitihi,
Girija,
Girija,
Shithilam.
Shithilam,
Once again,
Shithilam,
very good. Tha is a Mahaprana, and hence I asked you to repeat. So Shithilam, that is the right pronunciation. Tilakam,
Tilakam, Tilakam,
once is sufficient. Giridhama,
Giridhama,
tamam. Very good. So I'll ask a few questions now. In Giridhama, the aksharas that are there, can you identify like K plus E is equal to ki? In Giridhama, can you identify the different Gunitaksharas?
what sir?
Identify the different Gunitaksharas in Giridhama. Did you get the question? Like ki is what? Ki means it is kakara plus ikara. Similarly, in Giridhama, what are the consonants and what are the swaras available? I'll give one example for Tilakam. Tilakam will be T plus E, L plus A, K plus A, and M. Okay, or you can say it as at the end. Similar to
Yes,
that, how can you say it for Giridhama?
Giridhama, Ig plus E, Gi,
G plus E, very good.
R plus E, Ri,
So how
Dha
it is?
plus A, Dha,
Okay, very good. G plus E, very good. Similarly, you have R plus E. Okay, and then you have one second. Okay, and then you have G plus A and M plus A. This is how we form this word Giridhama. Okay.
yes sir.
Okay, good, very good. Astu agre gacchamaha. Dhanyavadaha Anirudh. So that is how we form this word Giridhama. And similarly, Girija, if we consider G plus E, R plus E, J plus A, these will be the Gunita Aksharas in this word. Make note of K plus E is equal to ki. And for all these words, I'm also giving the English meaning. There are multiple meanings for many of these words, but I have taken the most commonly used meaning so that you will be able to build your vocabulary of English plus Sanskrit words. Kiranaha, the sun rays, if you want to know, Surya Kiranaha, etc. So that is how I've named these. Now we'll go to the next letter, K plus E, which is ki. And we will see a few examples of this letter again. Shaurya, Kilakam, Can you please unmute and speak? Okay, I will go for the next student. I request all of you to be please attentive, so that as and when I call out your name, you can repeat after me. Rita Dinesh Raj. Keelakam.
Keelakam.
Very good. Pinaki.
Pinaki.
Sheetalam.
Sheetalam.
Veenapanihi.
Veenapanihi.
Dhivari.
Dhivari.
Sitapatihi.
Sitapatihi.
Very good. Now, can you tell the Gunitaksharas in Veenapanihi?
V, I, V, N, A, Na, P, A, Pa, N, I, Ni.
This will be N plus Ihi. You can take it as we have seen, the Ayogabaha, for example, and Aha, can be used with any of these swaras, like Am, Im, and so on. And similarly, Aha, Aha, Ihi, Ihi, and further in a similar way. So it will become N plus Ihi. You can take it as N.
N, Ihi, Nihi.
Yes. Very good, very good. Uttamam, Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha.
Make note of K plus E is key in your notebook. And once I publish these slides onto the course page, you can also note down these words and practice writing these words and you can remember the other words that are having this particular Gunitaksharam in that. So this is how we will be able to learn and master these concepts and also improve our vocabulary in Sanskritam. We'll go to the next letter. K plus U will be Ku. Murali Iyer. Kumaraha.
Kumaraha.
Very good. Kushalaha.
Kushalaha.
Guruhu.
Guruhu.
Viduraha.
Viduraha.
Ururajaha.
Ururajaha.
Garudaha.
Garudaha.
Uttamam. Can you tell the Gunitaksharas in Pururajaha?
Pururajaha. Ik plus U plus Ir plus U plus Ir plus A plus Ij plus Aha.
Very good. Very good. Uttamam. Uttamam. Very good. Agre Gachamaha. We'll go to the next letter. K plus U. Ku. This is the letter. Akhila. Kutaha.
Kutaha.
Kupi.
Kupi.
Nupuram.
Nupuram.
Bhusuraha.
Bhusuraha.
Vadhuhu.
Vadhuhu.
Dhumaha.
Dhumaha.
Can you tell the Gunitaksharas in Nupuram?
Nu. Nu.
N plus U.
N plus U. Nu. P plus U. Pu.
Very good. Next. A. R plus A. R plus You can take it as R plus
R plus
Okay. Nupuram. Very good. Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha. We'll go to the next letter. K plus R. Kr. Okay. Note here, it is not kru or kr. You are not stressing too much. Okay. Kr. K plus R. Kr. Kannan Mahodaya, can you please repeat? Kripa.
Kripa.
Vritha.
Vrita.
Can you tell again?
Vrita.
It is Tha is a Mahaprana, and hence you will have to give more energy or air to
Tha.
pronounce it. Vritha.
Vrita.
Very good, very good. Shrigalaha.
Shrigalaha. Shrigalaha.
Very good. Bhritihi.
Vritihi.
Bha is a Mahaprana. Bhritihi.
Vritihi.
Very good. Vidhritam.
Vivritam.
Vidhritam.
Vidhritam.
This is not sounding correctly. Dhakara is a Mahaprana. Vidhritam.
Vidhritam.
Okay, I will leave with that for today, but please practice the Mahaprana correctly. The last one, Trinarashihi.
Trinarashihi.
Very good. Okay, can you tell the Gunitaksharas in Shrigalaha?
Sh plus H, Shri, Ig plus A, Ga, Laha. Il
Plus Aha. Very good.
Aha.
L plus Aha, Laha. Okay, very good. So, Dhanyavadaha. So, one thing to note here, importantly to note here, is about writing Shrigalaha. So, if you know how to write the letter Sh, I will just show it to you. So, I will write in the middle. Okay. Shakara is written in this way. So, some people also write it in a bit different way. Like I will show it once again. So this is Shakara. Some people write this way. Some people write this way as well for Sha. Okay. And while writing Shrigalaha, one is we can use this like Rikara, R Matra. We can write similar to Ka. And how to write Kr in this way, we can also do it that way. Or we can write it half like this. This is called half Shakara. While we learn Samyukta Aksharams in our upcoming classes, we'll know how to write this as well. So we can write like this and then Rikara. So this is Shri. Shri. Again here, it is not Shru. It is not Vr. It is R. Vritha. There is no much stress on R. Because R is a Swara and all Swaras need to be pronounced without much stress. So this is the basic requirement while pronunciation. So please note these points very clearly. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Here, both of these are there. K plus R, which is Kr, and K plus L, which is Kl. The sound is very subtle. It is not Kl. Some people make it evident saying that it is Rikara and hence they say Kl, but that is not the right pronunciation. It is just similar to Kr, Kr, Kl. The L, will be just heard. You shouldn't again stress while pronouncing these letters. Any Swara will not require much stress while pronouncing it. Okay, let me call out Nilanjan Mahodaya. So let us tell these words. Kr,
Kr,
Tr,
Tr,
Shri.
Shri.
Very good. We'll tell the next letters like that only. Clip,
Clip,
Gamla,
Gamla,
and then the last one, Ghasl.
Ghasl.
Very good, very good. So if you note, any of these letters, while pronouncing any of these letters, we are not giving too much of stress. Clip, it is not clip, it is just clip. You can just hear the likara and rikara while saying clip, 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 clip. If you can remember it as clear. In English we say clear. If we fast forward that word clear, 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 it's just a bit of lakara and rikara that sounds that you will be able to hear, and that is the right way to pronounce this cl, 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 r, cl, cl, cl. That's it. It is not a vyanjana, that is rikara here. R is a swara. R, r, l. Okay, and hence you shouldn't give much stress while pronouncing the gunitakshara of that as well. Clear? And all these words here, whatever is shown on the page, are all related to the dhatus. Dhatus are the root words for the action words, which are the verbs basically. So, and hence I have not given any meaning for these letters. These are the dhatus, dhatu rupas of or the root words for some of the verbs. Just know that for now, that should be sufficient. Make note of these two Gunitaksharas. We will go to the next one. Next is K plus A, K. As you know, A is a Dirgha Swara, and hence this will require two Matra Kalas to pronounce. Okay. Now I request Pranaya. Keshavaha.
Keshavaha.
Kendram.
Kendram.
Rekha.
Rekha.
Veshadhari.
Veshadhari.
Vanecharaha.
Vanecharaha.
Devalayaha.
Devalayaha.
Very good. Can you tell the Gunitaksharas in Devalayaha?
Yeah. So, the plus A, wa plus a, la plus a, ya plus aha.
Ya. It is half. It is not ya. It is ya plus
Ya
aha.
plus aha.
Very good. Very good. That is right. Dhanyavadaha for pronouncing. So anywhere we see Keshavaha, it is not Keshavaha. Keshavaha. It's a Dirgha. I gave this example as well. Venkateshaha. So most of the South Indian people will call Venkatesha, Venkatesha, and so on. It is Venkateshaha. Because in Sanskritam, Ekara is a Dirgha Akshara, and there is no Hraswa, there is no short vowel of Ekara. In Kannada or in Telugu and other South Indian languages, we have A, I. So there is a short vowel of A as well. But in Sanskritam, A is a Dirgha Swara only. We'll go to the next. K plus I, Kai. Okay, I will call now. Purvi. Kailasaha.
Killasaha.
Kailasaha.
Kailasaha.
Very good. Daivatam.
Daivatam.
Bhairavi.
Bhairavi.
Dainikam.
Dainikam.
Nayayikaha.
Nayalikaha.
Yeah, again. Nayayikaha.
Nayayikaha.
Vayyakaranaha.
Vayyakaranaha.
Very good. Can you tell the Gunitaksharas in Vayyakaranaha?
Yes, sir.
Va
plus A.
No, it is not A, it is I.
Oh, sorry. Va plus I. Y. Ya plus A. Ya.
Once again, just note, it is not va plus I, it is v. It is half vakara. V plus I, y plus a.
Okay. K plus a. K.
Very, very good.
R plus a. Kr. Sorry.
No, no,
K.
no. Ra. R plus a will become ra. So
Okay.
what I meant is, while we are saying the Gunita Aksharas, it is not va plus I. It is v plus I, y, k plus a, ka, r plus a, ra, n plus aha, naha. Okay. So while telling the Gunita Aksharas, the Vyanjana is a half matra kala akshara. It is a half letter. How do we denote the half letter? We write the letter and we put a stroke here. Okay, a slanting one. That is to denote that it's a half letter, similar to Vyanjanam m. Okay, and this is how we pronounce it. Very good. Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha. We'll go to the next slide. K plus O, ko. Rupali. Kolaha.
Kolaha.
Chakoraha.
Chakoraha.
Manoharam.
Manoharam.
Veda Ghoshaha.
Veda Ghoshaha.
Gha is a Mahaprana, noted. Veda Ghoshaha.
Veda Ghoshaha.
Nabho Bhumi.
Nabho Bhumi.
Sadodita.
Sadodita.
Very good. Can you tell the Gunitaksharas in Nabho Bhumi?
Na plus a. Bha plus o. Bha plus u. Ma plus e.
Very good, very good. Uttamam. Recited well. Dhanyavadaha. So in this, if you see, the three letters, the last three letters are all Dirgha. Nabho Bhumi. So it requires so many beats, or the Hrasva Dirgha, the Jnana is very important to pronounce these letters. I'm repeating this point again and again so that this basic concepts, if you master it, then any sentence or any word in Sanskritam, you'll be able to read and also listen to someone and write it correctly without any mistakes. We will do these exercises in the coming classes. So I'm just setting up, giving you all these concepts well, so that you learn and appreciate this, and you will practice these regularly. We'll go to the next. K plus au, kau, inchara, kaushalam. Inchara, please unmute and speak. Again.
Kaushalam.
Very good. Kauravaha.
Kauravaha.
Shaurihi.
Shaurihi.
Nauka.
Navga.
It is ka. Nauka.
Nauka.
Mahaushadhihi.
Mahaushadhihi.
Gautami.
Gautami.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha. Now we'll go to the last two, which is and aha. Kam. K plus kam. Sanat. Kamsaha.
Kamsaha.
Hamsaha.
Hamsaha.
Simhaha.
Simhaha.
Mamsalaha.
Mamsalaha.
Himamshuhu.
Himamshuhu.
Kimshukam.
Kimshukam.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha. And the last one, if you see here again, kam, it can be k plus am, k plus im, k plus im, k plus and so on. So there are a few examples here. For example, s plus im, simhaha. it is im. Okay, Anuswara Visarga can take any of the swaras for their pronunciation. And similarly here, Kim Shukam, Himam Shuhu, Mam Shuhu, Am. It is not it is Am. And here if you see Shuhu, it is Uhu basically and not Aha. We'll go to the last one, which is K plus Aha, Kaha. And Krishnayam, Kripaya Anuvadatu, Bakaha,
Bakaha,
Kritihi,
Kritihi,
Pruthuhu,
Krutuhu,
Manoho,
Manoho,
Gauhu,
Gauhu,
Harehe.
Harehe.
Uttamam, Dhanyavadaha. As earlier, Aha, that is Visarga, can also come for any of the other swaras. Here it is Oho, Auhu, Ehe. So someone had asked whether this Visarga and Anuswara can come for R, R or and L for these swaras. Yes, it is possible. If it comes for Rikara, it becomes Rim. And if it is Visarga, it will become Rih, Rih. That's how it will be pronounced. So, but though there are very less cases of these combinations. Okay. So this completes the Gunitaksharas for the letter Ka, Kakara. For letter Ka, we have learnt the Gunitaksharas. Now, let us see them all in one place. Hope you have noted down in your notebook all these 15 Gunitaksharas for the 13 swaras and 2 Ayogavaha, that is and Aha. So I'm just flashing this so that you will be able to see that and check whether you have written it correctly. We will just touch upon one important concept of how to write these, and then we will conclude today's class. This illustration will help you understand and know how to write these Gunitaksharas and these matras. Okay, if you say whatever you are able to see in this, the dotted circle and then the lines, or what is this is called matra. Okay, A matra, E matra, and so on. How we say is as well as in Hindi in the same way. So if you take the letter Kakara, K plus any of the swaras will give us Gunitaksharas. Now, some of the Gunitaksharas, while writing, we write it to the right side. Some we write above, on top of the letter, some below the letter, and some to the left side, Vama Parshve and Dakshina Parshve. If you see that way, only Ikara will be written to the left of the letter. K plus E will become Ki. Only that Matra will be going towards the left of the letter. And for the most of the other swaras, it will be either above, below, or to the right. A, E kara, O kara, Au kara, and then Aha will be onto the right side of the letter itself. If you want to write for some other letter, Gaha, then it will be Ga and then 2 dots. The 2 dots is the Visarga, which we write to the right side. Similarly, we write above the letter for Ekara, Aikara, and And we write it below for Ukara, Ukara, Rikara, Rikara, and Rikara. This is a general way in which the Gunitaksharas are written while writing. The written format, the script, what we see is called Lipi. To represent Sanskritam, we use the Lipi called Devanagari. So don't confuse between the letters are in Sanskrit. The letters are Sanskrit, but the way we are representing it while writing in the written form, that is called as Lipi. Lipi or script. Please make note of this. So this is easy to remember which Gunitakshara, which matra comes onto the which side of the letter. Just to remember it and understand it well. There will be a lot of confusion between K, Kai, Ko, and Kau. Note that for O and Au, there is one more line added, and then there is these strokes which are there above it. But for K and Kai, it is just strokes or the slanting strokes above it. For K, it is 1. Kai, there will be 2. Similarly, O, it is 1. For O, there is 2. Similar to how we write the swaras. Practice these. This is very important to write it correctly. Okay, with that, I'll just show this slide wherein we have all these letters and how these Gunitaksharas are seen. Practice in this way. Now I'll be giving you the homework. This is not to submit. So if there is any assignment that needs submission, I will provide you the details. But if it is a homework, it is for you to practice in your home, and you don't have to worry about submitting it through the Google form or anything like that. Okay. So the Griha Karyam is write ka to ha, because I hadn't given in the previous class. I'm just saying this. Write ka to ha once to practice it, and then Gunitaksharani likhata for all the letters, for all the Vyanjanas, ka to ha. Practice, start writing Gunitaksharas and plan to complete by end of this week, so that you'll be able to know all these letters correctly and all the Gunitaksharas for all the Vyanjanas correctly without any issues. So these are the homeworks for today. Now I will lower everyone's hand. I thought of taking a few questions orally today. So I've lowered everyone's hand. If you have any questions, so please raise your hand so that I will unmute you and I will speak for a few minutes. Now we are exactly on time of the class. I will extend for 5 minutes and then we will conclude today. In the meantime, I'll also see in the question answer chat box if there are any questions that are important for today's class. I will answer them. And as always, if some of the questions are not answered in the class, so don't worry, don't hesitate. Write a mail to raghu.vyoma@gmail.com and I try to answer the questions through email, and then I will also repeat it in the class for the benefit of the other students. Okay, now Pranaya. Next is Pratima.
Mahodaya.
Namaste.
Namaste. Would you please once again pronounce Mahaprana and Alprana, how to differentiate
Okay, Alpa Prana and Mahaprana. Very good. So hope you'll be able to see my video. Now I'm using the making use of taking the help of a paper to understand this concept of Alpa Prana and Mahaprana, which is what I have shown in the previous class. You can also refer to the video from the previous class. So Alpa Prana requires less air. Okay, ka, kha. When I say Mahaprana, ka, kha, you can see that the paper moves. Okay. So this is a visual indication that we are correctly pronouncing the Alpa Prana and Mahaprana. Similarly, pa, since it's a labial, pa also generates some air. Okay, but you can see how much the paper moves. For pa, pa, ba, bha, ma. So this is one very good exercise that you can practice to know the differences between Alpa Prana and Mahaprana and get register that in your mind.
Thank you.
Okay, next Pratima. Namaste.
Would you have an example of the Kri and the Dirgha of the Ri in the Swaras? Because in the regular shlokas, you don't hear this sound too much.
Correct. So Likara, as I mentioned, Likara is just a Hraswa. There is no Dirgha of Likara.
Okay.
There's only L. So you can say there is a few places where it is there, means you can say Litikaha. There is also a story also which comes in Mahabhashya also. Don't worry about it. So like why this letter is used, whether it is really there or why is this being also given and so on. So there are no practical examples, use cases of this letter, except for kliptam. In kliptam is one such word where kakara k plus l, that Gunita is present. So that is one example of l.
In Vishnu Sahasranam, in the Dhyanam, there is Mala Kliptasanastam.
Correct. Kliptasanam. Yes, that is also correct. That is also one use of this likara. It is again, it's not a it is a only.
And the Kri and the Kri that you mentioned,
right?
Examples. that also we don't see in the shlokas, or is
Correct.
there,
We don't see them. We don't see them directly. That is why it is the root forms, basically the dhatus. These are the root forms, and fine. So those are present in Sanskritam as, and we don't see much examples of them. For example, if you want rikara, we can see pitrun, matruh, and so on. So these are some of the examples where we can see rikara in shlokas as well, and in Ramayanam we can see this many places. So yeah, so there are some examples, but limited examples.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Uttamam. Okay, next Nageshwar Ravji.
Mahoday, I have one doubt. When you write this script, in a ruled book, is it better that you write the sentences above the line, or have the line below the line? Which is the most advantageous way to write Sanskritam?
Okay, a very good question indeed. So I will try to maybe I will show. I'll try to highlight and show it. So now, suppose say we have a ruled book. Okay, so we have single ruled book. Okay, I'm just writing on the screen so that you will be able to just get a glimpse of it. So there are ways in which we, usually followed method that we use is the Shiro Rekha. What is there? The sleeping line that we put above all the letters, which we call Shiro Rekha, should coincide with this line. That is the usual way in which we write it. For example, here if I write my name, it will become like this. It's difficult to write on the screen, but I'm trying to write. So by touching the line of whatever is there and the Shiro Rekha, they should coincide. So that is the normal way in which we write it. But there's no hard and fast rule that it has to be written in this way itself, because some people also write using between the lines as well. That is, I won't say it is not allowed, but the right way or the easier or to understand it well, I think this is the better way to write it on the line, so that the Shiro Rekha is coinciding on the line. That is a better way to write it.
Very good, Mahoday. And another thing, how to improve this handwriting? See, I try to write, but the letters are always becoming bigger size.
Right.
Smaller size, I'm finding it very difficult to practice.
Okay, yeah. That again, as you say, practice.
Like a nursery school student, you write big alphabet on a slate.
That's right.
All that.
Understood. I'll try to answer that as well. So, so basically, there in shops you actually get a 3-line book. Okay, so the single line book is a normal book that we use in general. There's also some book called a 3-line book, wherein the spacing will be like this. This is a 3-line book, and again the next line will be similar to 4-line book for English. What we use, we have something called 3-line book for Sanskritam or Hindi, or basically the Devanagari script, to learn Devanagari script. So in this, the usual notation will be you write the main letter in the middle line, okay, ka and so on, and for all the matras above it, we write it in the above line, and for the matras below, we write it below. So this is one way in which you can actually have a systematic way in which you can practice it. So a simple way that you can also do it in your home is you can just have a big sheet, and then you create the lines, like three lines of the font size that you want, and then you start practicing it. So that is the only way. Only thing is to practice it more and more until you get it right.
Okay.
Hope I was able to answer your queries.
Excellent. Thank you, Mahoday.
Okay. Dhanyawadaha. Next, Ramanujan Mahodaya. You can unmute yourself, Ramanujan Mahodaya. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
No, sir. Randy put my hand into it.
Sure. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kalyan?
Namo Namah, sir.
Namaste.
I have a few questions. Am I clearly audible, sir?
Yes, you're clearly audible.
Okay, sir. Now, the first question is about Gunitaksharam.
Right.
The half letter
Right.
is indicated by a stroke below the letter.
Right.
Is there a technical term for that stroke that looks like dirghu matra?
Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good question.
Is it called halant?
Yes, that is right. That is right. I was about to
Halant.
take that word. Yeah.
Halant or hasant?
It is halant. Halant.
Halant.
Yeah.
Okay,
In
sir.
Sanskritam, I'll tell briefly about that as well. Hal means vyanjana. Okay. Hal means vyanjana. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
So,
great.
okay. Hal means vyanjana. Ant means it is ending. Okay. And so halant means vyanjana, half vyanjana or ending vyanjana. That's what you can remember it as.
Okay, sir.
This term.
Okay. Now related with this Gunitaksharam, I have quite a few questions.
Right.
You first said that we can't pronounce a consonant without the help of a swara.
Right.
So how is it that a consonant is half matra?
Okay. So what by saying that vyanjanas cannot be pronounced without the help of swaras, I mean to say that just by using k, g, p, ch, t, can you make meaningful words? We cannot make it. So to make a meaningful word or meaningful use of the vyanjanas, we require the help of swaras. Okay. So for example, even if you say kuruta, we have this word here, kuruta, which you can see. K plus u, r plus u, t plus a. Only once you have these combination, these gunitaksharas, kuruta, the word is formed and the meaning of the word can be known that do.
But so practically half letter plus the swara say becomes one matra. It's
That
not
is right.
half matra.
That is
okay.
right.
So only theoretically we say that it is half matra.
No, k, this is a half matra. K, just k.
But in practice we don't split it.
No, we don't split it in practice, that is true. But if you see here, griha karyam, if you see in the above, m is a half matra, which is still there. Similarly, if you say Raman, which we will learn in the future classes, n, the last letter which is ending is a half matra. Tat, there is, if you one more example, that takara is a half matra. So wherever vyanjanas come, okay, it is half matra unless if it is a gunitaksharam. So that is what has to be known at this point.
And sir, coming to the pronunciation, when you are pronouncing half, it sounds like ku. Hello?
Yeah, right. So it is actually not ku, it is k. K. Some people say it as, for example, even for mu, they say it as, but it is not ukara. It is m. It is just that you stop abruptly, like k.
Okay, it will take some practice to distinguish between k and ku.
That is right. That is right.
And sir, coming to the computer typing of these letters, Sanskrit script, like for submitting our homework, we will use the computer. We like to use it to make it more presentable and readable.
Right.
So in my computer, I have installed Microsoft Indic language tool.
Right.
There is no Sanskrit editor as such. I'm just using the free tool, Microsoft Indic language tool. And there I'm having difficulty in typing Halanta. Without the use of the software key the virtual keyboard, I'm unable to type such letters like half, etc. And this is one. And another, which font in Microsoft Word is the most suitable for this Sanskrit script?
Understood. Understood. So I will briefly tell about it, but we'll take probably explain it about this in the next class because of the paucity of the time. So one is you can make use of Bhasha IME. There is one tool which can be downloaded from Google. You can search for Bhasha IME. Okay. BHA Bhasha.
Sir, here, excuse me for interrupting.
Right.
Here, I prefer the phonetic typing and not the conventional typing. Not the conventional typing, because that typing is a special skill one has to learn to properly combine the keys on the keyboard.
This
So
is
phonetic typing is the most easier way
Right.
of for us actually.
No,
So
this
keeping that
is-
in mind,
Yeah.
keeping that in mind, I would like my answer.
Yeah, sure, definitely. So what I mentioned, basically the Bhasha Yami is also a phonetic keyboard which you can make use of, which is like, for example, to write ka, you will have to type in ka. Okay, that is how it is. And just if you put k, it becomes a half letter k, and so on. So that is one of the software that you can make use of. And coming to the fonts, there is Shobhika is one font which is good. Arial Unicode is also another font which can be made use of. There are a certain few fonts again. So I will probably provide a list of this and the softwares which are related to this in the next class, and so that it be useful for most of the other students as well. So I will probably stop at that for this question. So I request, I will go for the last question for the day. I know there are a few people who have raised your hands and also a few questions in the question and answer. I have copied all these questions. I will go through them and I will provide an answer in the next class based on a requirement. The last question, Shilpa Jagadish. Shilpa Jagadish, you can unmute and speak.
Namaskara, Mahodaya.
Namaste.
My question is, will we be getting any marks as such for the assignments what we are submitting?
Okay, sure. Dhanyawadaha for bringing up the question. So I will go through it. I will review and I'll provide my feedback. So I haven't thought about adding any marks to it, but I will definitely review it and provide you the feedback about whether it went on right or not.
Dhanyawada, Mahodaya.
Okay, sure. Dhanyawadaha. So with that, probably we will end today's class. It was a nice discussion towards the end with you all and trying to answer your questions. So as I always say, if there are any questions, so please write them to raghu.vyoma@gmail.com, and please kind of access all the materials related to the class from the course page. And if there are further questions or any clarifications needed, please do reach out to me. With that, Namo Namaha, Dhanyawadaha Sarvebhyaha, Ram Ram Ram. We will meet again on Friday.